Hey guys, Jamie here. I hope you watched my 2 previous videos that explains what's going on and why I'm doing this. This is now my 3rd video on our journey through landlord, state, and government. I'm going to be explaining all the other problems that we were having with the house and why code enforcement condemned it. So after we clean the house and make it habitable again, we started seeing and smelling other problems. First thing that we noticed was the 5 to 6 inch gas line that was sticking up through our dining room floor that didn't have the proper yellow flag on it. It had no flag on it at all, nor did it have the proper cap on the top of it, so it was just like an open gas line in the middle of my living room with nothing attached to it. Next thing we noticed is that we're smelling gas inside and outside of the home, which causes me to call the gas company. Now, I did tell our landlords that we were going to call the gas company before we even called them in hopes that they would help us. The only thing that they said was that if we didn't like the home, that we can find another one, right? So I called the gas company. They come out and he instantly shuts off the gas to my hot water heater and tells me that it can't be turned back on until it's fixed properly. Gives me a pink notice and tells me that the exhaust, like the fumes, is being vented into the shed instead of through the roof of the shed like it's supposed to be. So, which explains why I'm throwing up and I'm feeling sick ever since we moved into this house. Now, as soon as he shuts the gas off to my hot water heater, I instantly start to feel better. I'm not throwing up no more and I'm not sick anymore, which tells me everything that I need to know about that issue. Now, on top of all these problems, we also had no heater in the house, which is thinking why there was an open gas line in my dining room. Pretty sure the heater was supposed to go there. Had to bug bomb the entire house with 13 bombs in a 4-bedroom house because of the roaches, the spiders, and the mice and their babies and all of their feces, okay? We had no, like the windows have no seals on them and they're falling out of the frame. Okay, so there's like no insulation anywhere. They're like, half of the house has no trim and no baseboards, which is leaving all these gaps between the floors, the ceilings, and the walls, which is letting a bunch of bugs in. So again, here I am spraying and spending all sorts of money on bug spray, which is supposed to last 3 months, but we have such an infestation that it just doesn't last at all, you know? So the oven was full of dead mice and their babies and their feces. The baseboards in the kitchen and the dining room and the living room have all of this water damage around them and black mold in some spots, all right? Like nasty black mold that you're not supposed to be breathing in. 3 of the 4 bedrooms aren't functioning because we have no doors or no baseboards and all the other problems that we had previously stated in the house, you know. The floors through the whole house are like bowed and uneven, which makes it nearly impossible to put any furniture down to where it sits evenly, okay? And that'll just piss you off when you can't sit on your couch correctly. So every room had at least 1 to 3 holes around the outlets where the mice had chewed through it and they were just going in and out willy-nilly, you know. And that's just the inside of the house. Now, the outside of the house has horse and dog poop from the front to the backyard covered. There's 4 to 5 inch tall weeds everywhere, right? So after we clear the yard, clear the poop, clear the weeds, we realized that there's no siding around the house. Can't figure out where all the siding went, right? I don't know. And then we look underneath the house and we realize that the house is literally sitting on bricks and garden blocks. There is no foundation underneath this house, okay? The seams are splitting down the middle of the house, like both sides of the house are sinking, okay? So all of this causes us to call code enforcement. Now, we only called code enforcement in hopes that they would force our landlords to help us fix this stuff, especially since the gas company gave me a nice, pretty pink slip that said we could die or there could be property damage or health issues because of the exhaust to the hot water heater not being vented properly. Yeah. So code enforcement comes out and he instantly just condemns the house before he even walks in it. Again, we had no idea what he was going to do. We only called in hopes that it would force our landlords to help us fix these problems that were their responsibility. Not ours as tenants. It was their responsibility as landlords. They didn't do any of it, so here we are. Thank you so much for listening today, and thank you so much for all of your support. Please continue to watch and share my videos with everyone you know. The more we share, the more we watch, the louder we can be about this. This is Jamie with Let's Talk on California's silent epidemic. See you guys soon.